Welcome to Canigao Island, a hidden gem nestled in the municipality of Matalom, Leyte. It is known for its untouched beauty and rich in biodiversity. So this paradise faces growing challenges as tourism continues to flourish. The delicate balance between preserving its natural resources and meeting the demands of visitors is more crucial than ever. Mabuhay! I am Kathleen Dilantar Burong from the Bachelor of Science and Tourism Management student, and I am here to present with you the resource inventory and sustainability efforts about my chosen destination, which is the Canigao Island. So, this is a review of the environmental effects of tourism and green projects to sustain the Canigao Island. So this is our content overview. So we delve into the resource inventory report, the survey assessment report, the analysis and recommendations, and the reflection or the self-reflection. So I'm gonna discuss to you first about the resource inventory report of the Canigao Island. So this report examines the current state of Canigao Island's natural, cultural, and tourism-related resources. So let's start about its natural resources. So we all know that Canigao Island has a lot to offer. So they celebrated for its clean sandy shores, crystal clear waters, and abundant in marine biodiversity. But however, the rising influx of tourists or the increasing of tourist arrival, it caused a lot of challenges, including the waste management issues, interference with the wildlife, and the overexploitation of resources, to the point that it threatening the island's ecological balance. That's why we need to take good care or to protect these resources for us to ensure the sustainability of tourism in the island, which is also vital for the local economy and also while preserving the island's beauty for the future generations. Next are the cultural resources of the island. So the local government unit or the LGU manages Canigao Island resorts and foster collaboration with the local community. They have a good relationship with the residents and they creating a sense of ownership and active participation in tourism related activities. Example of this is the local government and the local community, they engaging into an eco-friendly tourism practices, which is they showcasing their local craft and cuisine, which can provide a unique and enriching experience for the tourist and strengthen the identity and economic well-being of the community and the island. And next is the tourism infrastructure on Canigao Island. So it is managed by the local government unit or the LGU of Matalom. So this includes the basic facilities to support the visitor. So the island has accommodations such as cottages and guest rooms. So they have 28 cottages and 4 guest rooms in the island. So they catering to both day tourists and the overnight stays. However, the island's infrastructures has a limitations, particularly during the peak seasons of the tourist. So the waste management systems, energy resources, and water supply need an expansion to handle increasing demand of the tourist. Additionally, the lack of advanced facilities such as larger accommodations need to enhance to meet the growing needs of visitors while preserving the island's environment. So, strengthening eco-friendly infrastructure is essential for balancing tourism growth with conservation goals. So, next is the survey assessment report in the island. So, based in our survey, the island is good for its waste management, energy efficiency, and water management. So, based on my survey assessment report, the local government unit or the LGU effectively recycling and composting programs in the island. So, they used eco-friendly packaging and bulk purchasing to minimize waste effectively. While in the solar energy system, The LED lighting, the inverter appliances, and the solar water heaters demonstrate a strong commitment to energy conservation. Additionally, the rainwater harvesting, the dual flush toilets, and the wastewater treatment systems reflect efforts to conserve water and reduce environmental impact. But, however, the gaps remain in visitor cooperation, as many tourists fail to participate in waste segregation and water saving initiatives. The inconsistent training among staff also affects the uniform implementation of green practices in the island, and also the variability in executing sustainability programs, particularly in biodiversity protection and renewable energy. It limits their effectiveness, and also it is very important to address these gaps through targeted education, regular staff training, and improved program consistency is very crucial to achieving comprehensive sustainability in the island. And based on our findings, this is the issues identified and need to address in the island. First is the visitor cooperation. Second is the environmental awareness. Third is the enhanced staff training. And lastly is the infrastructure development. These issues are need to address to ensure the long-term sustainability of the island, and also addressing these issues is very vital to preserving the island's natural resources and maintaining its appeal as a tourist destination and ensuring its viability for future generations. That's why we need to take good care of our island. And this is our actionable recommendations. In area protection and industry regulation, we need to establish stricter environmental policies to limit resource overexploitation, implement zoning laws to protect the marine forested areas, require tourism businesses to acquire green certifications to promote compliance with eco-friendly standards. The real-world example of this is in Tubataha Reef Natural Park. They enforce strict regulations to protect the marine ecosystem, and we should also do the same in our island, in Canigao Island. To protect our marine ecosystem, we need to have a strict regulations in our island. And in visitor management, we should need to orient the tourists on sustainable practices. Let us introduce to them an interactive activities like beach cleanups, eco tours to promote visitor participation in conservation. Launch a digital campaign to raise awareness about environmental responsibility before visitors arrive. The real-world example of this is in the Galapagos Islands. In their island, they require eco-orientation sessions to their tourists to ensure a visitor adhere to sustainability guidelines. In carrying capacity, conduct a formal carrying capacity assessment to determine the maximum sustainable tourist load. Introduce a reservation system during peak seasons to control overcrowding. Expand eco-friendly infrastructure, including the composting toilets and solar-powered system, to accommodate visitors sustainably. So the real-world example of this is in Komodo National Park. They employs a quota system to maintain a carrying capacity on the destination. In environmental impact assessment, mandate a environmental impact assessment for all new tourism developments on the island. Establish a key performance indicators to measure environmental health such as waste reduction, energy used, and biodiversity conservation. Also collaborate with local universities and NGOs for regular impact assessments and data-driven improvements. The real-world example of this is in El Nido resorts. They monitor and mitigate their environmental footprint using environmental impact assessments and key performance indicators. And lastly is the community engagement. So develop a community-based ecotourism programs, training local as a tour guides and eco ambassadors. Encourage community-led projects like coral reef restoration or mangrove planting to promote environmental stewardship. include locals in tourism planning processes to ensure equitable benefits and cultural preservation. The real-world example of this is in Bohol Bee Farm. They integrates local communities into its sustainable tourism initiatives. After conducting these reports, it provided a lot of invaluable insights into the delicate balance between tourism development and environmental preservation. It highlighting the need for collaborative efforts, strategic management, and education. And as a future tourism professional, I plan to advocate for policies that integrate sustainability into operations, ensuring long-term ecological and socio-economic benefits. It will develop innovative visitor education programs to promote environmental and responsibility and foster active participation in conservation efforts. Partnering with the local communities, I aim to create ecotourism initiatives that preserve cultural heritage, empower locals, and protect the natural resources. By encouraging industry collaboration and adopting data-driven approaches to monitor and adopt strategies, I am committed to ensuring the long-term viability of destinations like Canigao Island, making tourism a force for a positive change. That would be all, and thank you for being part of this journey toward a more eco-conscious future. I am Kathleen Delantar Burong, and Merry Christmas, ma'am!